The perfect example, the story of Hurr. Hurr was the man that was responsible for Imam Hussein's stopping in Karbala. Right? Imam Hussein initially wasn't going to Karbala. Inshallah, in the next coming lectures, we're going to talk a little bit about the history of Karbala, and we'll talk about from the day the Imam was leaving Medina all the way until he arrived in Karbala and what events took place. In those events, just a small segment, is that the Imam was actually leaving Makkah to go to Kufa, because the people of Kufa had said, Ya Hussein, come to us. As the Imam is going towards Kufa, his intention was not Karbala. Hurr comes as the commander of the army of Yazid, and he stops the Imam just on the outskirts of Karbala, and he says, Oh Hussein, I have been commanded by Yazid that you are not allowed to go to Kufa. My job is to divert you away from Kufa. Therefore, follow me. He brings the Imam into the land of Karbala. In the land of Karbala is where the battle took place and where the Imam was killed. So Hurr now feels responsible. You see, when Hurr approached the Imam, he was tired, right? He didn't have any water. His animals were tired. See, the thing is, whenever we talk about Imam Hussein, even though this is the fazail of Imam Hussein, we still can't help but cry. Because even the fazail of the Imam make us cry. What did the Imam do? The Imam turns towards Hurr and he says, Oh Hurr, you look tired. You look thirsty. Oh my brother Abbas, give them water from what we have. So Hazrat Abbas begins to give Hurr and his enemies camp water. But did the Imam stop here? No. The next statement that the Imam made was, he said, Oh Abbas, the horses look thirsty as well. Give water to the horses of Hurr as well. Knowing that these are the same people that are going to block your children from getting water in a few days. Then the Imam diverts towards Karbala, the 9th of Muharram. Hurr still thinks there isn't going to be a war. Then all of a sudden he hears Shimr and Ibn Sa'ad, La'natullah, converse and say, tomorrow we're going to attack Hussein, we're going to kill Hussein, we're going to kill his men, his women, his children, the whole camp. So now all of a sudden Hurr is standing between heaven and hell. And he's thinking, this is my fault. But then at the same time, if we were in the situation that Hurr was in, the first thing that we would think as well is, will Hussein even forgive me? I'm the reason he's here. I'm the reason he's going to die. But nonetheless, Hurr says to his son, tie my hands. He ties his hands. Hurr gets on the horse. He goes towards the camp of Imam Hussein. If you go to Karbala today and see the Khaymagah, you'll see that the first tent is of Abul Fadl al-Abbas, then the companions, then the Ahlul Bayt, then the women in the back. Hazrat Abbas's tent is first because he was the flag bearer. He was the leader of the army. His job was to protect the army, right? So when Hurr is approaching the camp of the Imam, all of a sudden Hazrat Abbas sees that there is a man coming towards the camp of Imam Hussein. So he takes his sword out. He stands up ready to fight. He stands in the fighting stance ready to stop Hurr. Imam Hussein comes out of his tent. He says, Akhi Abbas, no, wait. This is not the same Hurr we met a few days ago. This is a different Hurr. Let him come. So Hurr comes. He drops at the feet of Imam Hussein. He kisses the feet of Aba Abdullah. He cries. And what does he say? He says, Ya Hussein, I didn't know that they were going to kill you. They only told me to divert him from Kufa. That's it. I did my job. But now I've realized tomorrow they're going to kill you and your family, and I feel responsible. Is it possible that you can forgive me? Imam Hussein says, stand up, my brother Hurr. Hurr stands up. The Imam opens the chains and the ropes from the hands of Hurr. The Imam hugs him, kisses him, embraces him, and says, Oh Hurr, tomorrow you will be the first one from my camp that will go to the battlefield. And oh Hurr, you will be the first shaheed of Karbala. And oh Hurr, I will read your namaz-e-janaza on your body myself. And oh Hurr, you will be the first from Karbala to enter heaven. What's making people change?